Welcome to this week's weekly card reading, where I have two messages and I pull some cards on it and I share it with you, and you decide if message one or message two is calling you this week. I am Allison. I am an intuitive and an energy healer, and most importantly, a mentor, just helping others really connect back to their intuition and their soul, and their true essence. So I have tapped in and received two messages, and then I like to then pull cards afterwards to just kind of expand upon that. So if you want to just take a deep breath in and just clear your mind and just kind of ask out loud or in your head, which message is meant for me, and allow that your intuition to come in, whether you hear a number pop into your head, maybe you see the number, maybe you just like have a knowing and you're just like, I just know it's this, and choose between one and two. And maybe you're going to receive both, and that just means that both messages are meant for you this week. So I'll just kind of share the card. So for message number one, I pulled this card. Sometimes seeing the visual of like the back of the card can help. And message number two, I had two cards come through. All right, so message number one. I instantly felt the message like I was receiving was, it felt like you are being called to go deeper, being called to heal, to, kind of break open parts of you. And it feels like it felt like there was like many layers to kind of like break through. And doing this is going to make life a little messy. Actually, so like the actual visual I had, this is how weird intuition can be. It's like a game of charades, because they show you an image and then you have to be like, why am I seeing this, and what does this mean to me, and what does this feel like? And so I was being shown like this like baked pastry type of thing. Maybe it's like baklava. I don't know. It just had like many layers of this thin pastry. And I was like, okay, like they definitely wanted to show me many, many layers. And then like cutting through that, it's kind of like you're opening it up. You're opening up, and doing that, it makes a lot of mess when it's kind of like that flaky pastry type of thing. So it makes it a little messy, but it's so worth it once you kind of get to the center and stuff. And so that's why I was like, okay, so that's the funny image that they're sharing. But it was like very apparent that it was kind of like, going deeper, cutting through those layers, getting through the layers to the core, and it's going to be so worth it for you. And the card that I pulled was Healing the Heart. So this is why I love cards and all of this, because then it kind of just complements it. So it definitely feels like your spirit guides are calling you to either step on this path of healing, or maybe you are on it already, and that to encouragement to keep going, even if it feels uncomfortable and it feels messy, that the end result of that is going to be so worth it. So this is just encouragement to keep going, to keep digging, to keep shedding layers. And it's also an invitation, if you haven't stepped onto that path yet, to step onto that path, because it is needed for what is going to kind of like come into your life at the other end. So to not be afraid, and that you are being supported during this kind of healing journey to the whole way. So lean into that. Anything else just with that one? And just like, you're stronger than you think. So it just kind of like that that message of like, you are a lot stronger and there's perseverance within you than you give yourself credit for. So yeah, trust into that, surrender, go with the flow of where you're kind of being led right now in regards to your healing journey. And message number 2, this one, let me just, what did I receive? Oh my gosh, like how did that just like leave my head? Oh yeah. So this one, I just instantly received words, so a message, and it was like I just kept hearing like, be careful, be careful, be careful. Now, I'm not sitting here being like, oh my God, watch out. This was more like, it felt like an external person or somebody in your life that's maybe like kind of not wanting you to say small, but it feels like, there's something that you are kind of like meant to do, or, step out of your comfort, but like external voices are in a way kind of trying to keep you small. This could be like a mother that's kind of like, ooh, like, do you really want to do that? Or, like, what if you like did this? Like, just that kind of like, oh, let's be careful. Like, don't be crazy. And it's coming from love, but it's like, it's kind of holding back, or it's this old storyline, and your own kind of like ego mind and an internal compass that's kind of holding you back, because it feels like whatever you has been presented, or maybe like there's something that feels like it's either coming or it's already here, that you're just holding yourself back, or letting the external noise hold you back from pursuing it. So like that logical thought type of thing, and you're being asked to trust that you can do it. And so the cards I pulled was, you're more powerful than you know, and inspiration hunt. And so it really feels like your message this week is, the guidance is to do the thing. The guidance is to push yourself out of your comfort and do what is, maybe scares you, or doesn't feel logical, or kind of feels risky, or whatever it is. It just kind of feels like whatever you're maybe hesitant about, or nervous to step forward to, the universe is just like yelling that, yeah, you're meant to. You should step forward and do this. You should explore this. And instead of like being that person just like watching it, through a window, it's like you jumping into that and, being a part of it. Don't just watch it go by, like you embody it. So, yeah, like it's kind of exciting and scary, and we know we're growing, and we know, like, usually when it's something that makes us uncomfortable or scares us, or it's like, ooh, pushes us out of our comfort, it's like completely meant for you. So to not stay idle in what you already know, or what feels comfortable, like step out of your comfort and, let all that external noise go to rest. Thank you so much, everybody, for loving and caring and, being concerned. But sometimes we need to trust in our own self and our own capabilities and our own truth, and follow what our soul is asking us to follow. So I hope that was helpful, and I will see you next time. Bye.